Good afternoon, basketball fans, and welcome to the second game of our triple header of middle school basketball action between the Lamoille Lancers and the Danville Indians. This second game is going to be the Lamoille 7th grade boys against the Danville 7th grade boys. We'll get you both starting lineups here when they come out to the floor. So it looks like starting for Danville, we have number 14, Sebastian Eldred, number 34, Landon Fournier, number 41, Vincent Palmieri, number 31, Julian Chamberlain, and number 51, Matthew McDonald. Coming out for the Lancers, number 13, Daniel Mulchu, number 15, River Hadley, number 22, Jackson Hogue, number 20, Isaac Schroeder, and number 43, Grayson Stridesburg. It'll be the Lancers ball off the opening tip. Hogue with it, he drives to the right, throws up a layup, rolls around and in. A nice move to the basket, and the Lancers lead 2-0. McDonald to inbound. McDonald will inbound for Danville. Looks like he stepped over the line. He's going to get it into Chamberlain. Over to Eldred. Ball stolen away by number 43, Stridesburg of Lamoille. He gets it back from his teammate. Pulls up from the baseline. Off the backboard, no good. Ball bounces around. It's going to be saved by McDonald, but right to a Lamoille player. This will be Grayson Stridesburg with the ball on the right-hand side for the Lancers. He swings it over to Hadley. Got it on the right side. He's defended by Palmieri. Finds his teammate Schroeder at the top of the key. Looks to drive left. He's cut off. Ball's over to Hogue. Drives into the right. Swings it into number 13, Daniel Mulchu, who goes up for 2 points. Lamoille leads 4-0. 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Fournier has it for Danville. Looking to break the press over to Eldred. Gets it to Palmieri. Crosses over. Goes up the middle. Ball stripped away. Number 15 to number 20 throws up a shot. He's going to be fouled and go to the line. A nice steal by River Hadley. Got it over to his teammate Isaac Schroeder, who's going to go to the line for 2 shots. That first foul on Danville went on number 14, Sebastian Eldred. His first, team's first. Schroeder's first shot. A little strong off the side iron, no good. He'll get one more. Isaac second. Nothing but net. Danville leads 5-0. We're going to get a quick timeout from Danville here. While we have a break in the action, we remind you to join us on the Danville YouTube page this Monday at 3:30 in the afternoon as the 5th and 6th grade girls basketball team will host the Cabot Huskies. And then later on this Monday evening, the JV and varsity girls will be hosting Division III Thetford on NSN Sports at 6 and 7:30. While we're in the timeout, just a reminder that the Lamoille's 7th grade team is coached by Evan Slayton, and Danville's middle school boys team is coached by Tim White. Coming out of the timeout, Lamoille holds a 5-0 lead, 4:49 to go in the first quarter. It'll be Danville's ball under the basket. McDonald to inbound. Gets it into Eldred. Tries to throw it over to Palmieri. Ball is picked off by number 22. A nice scoop shot up and in for Jackson Hogue. Quick 7-0 lead for Lamoille. Eldred gets it into McDonald. Dribbles up the right-hand side. Throws it back over. Ball stolen away by Hogue. Over to number 20. Into 13. Back to Schroeder. Looks to drive baseline. Ball tips off his hands out of bounds. Back to Danville. He needs to look to solve the press. Ball Ball's into Eldred. Looks to get it up to Chamberlain. Long pass going to be a little bit too far. Ball will go out of bounds, back over to Lamoille. Checking in for Danville is number 2, Jackson Giroux. Shorter inbound. It'll be Hogue bringing it up for the Lancers. Guarded by Giroux. Gets a screen from Hadley. Looks to drive right. He pulls up. He's going to swing it over to the corner to number 20. That's Isaac Schroeder with it. Gets it back over to Hogue. Hogue swings it to Hadley. Looks to drive to his right. Picks up his dribble. Gets it over to number 43, Grayson Strasburg. Back over to Hogue. Inside. Shot up. No good. Rebound from McDonald. He's got one too many steps there. Ball turned back over to Lamoille. Checking back in for Danville is number 14, Sebastian Eldred. Ball dumped into number 13. Nice baseline jumper up and in for Daniel Molchu. Lamoille leads 9-0, 3:33 to go in the first quarter. Eldred with the ball. Looks to get up to Chamberlain. The ball is tipped and then stolen away by number 43, Grayson Strasburg. He gets it over to River Hadley. Looks to go inside. Some nice defense from Julian Chamberlain. Hadley gets it back. Guarded by Chamberlain. Hadley swings it up to Hogue. Inside to Molchu. Back out to Hogue. Drives left into the lane. Looks for a teammate. Gets it back out to River Hadley. Top of the key. Guarded by Vinny Palmieri. Drives in. Left-handed shot. Up. Rolls around. No good. Rebound kicks out to Palmieri. Throws it long to Eldred. A Euro step into the lane. A shot a little short. Rebound pulled down by Giroux. Over to McDonald. Over to Chamberlain. Danville look to set up the offense. It'll be Eldred from the far side corner for 3, a little short. Rebound down to River Hadley of Lamoille. Brings it up the left side of the floor for the Lancers. He looks to go into the lane. A nice cross-court pass to his teammate. Ball is now over with number 20. Drives into the lane, throws up a shot. Nice offensive rebound pulled in by Daniel Molchu, and up for 2. Lamoille leads 11-0. Danville able to break the press this time, but passed into the lane a little too far from Matthew McDonald. It's going to be turned back over to Lamoille. River Hadley brings it up the floor for Lamoille. He's going to get a screen from Daniel. Drives into the left, shot up in the lane, partially blocked. Rebound pulled down by Matthew McDonald. This pass is intercepted by Strasburg. Over to Hadley. Was looking for Strasburg, went all the way through the lane. Offensive rebound pulled down by Hogue. Gives it to Strasburg. Hogue gets it back. His shot is up and no good. Offensive rebound pulled in by Daniel Molchu. Up for 2. Lamoille leads 13-0. Minute 30 to go in the first quarter. Eldred has it for Danville. Over to Palmieri. Tries to get it across half court. Ball tipped away. But last touch by Danville. It'll be Lamoille's basketball. Sub coming in for Danville, number 34, Landon Fournier. Checks back in. Isaac Schroeder with the ball for Lamoille. Gets a screen from Daniel. Little give and go. Nice two-man game there from Lamoille. And they'll get an easy basket for a 15-0 lead. Minute to go in the first quarter. Eldred over to Palmieri. Gets through the press. Looks underneath for Fournier. And he's going to be fouled on his way to the basket. That last foul went on number 15, River Hadley, his first, Lamoille's first. This will be Landon Fournier at the foul line for Danville. First shot up off the backboard and in to get Danville on the scoreboard. Landon second is up, also in. 15-2, Lamoille leads. Just under a minute to go in the first quarter. Hogue brings it up the floor for Lamoille, guarded by Giroux. Gets a screen, he's gonna go right. Ball's over with Schroeder, he finds Hadley. Nice pass inside to Hogue. His layup is up and in with 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. Palmieri has it for Danville. Trying to get it in the middle. Pass a little too hot to handle there. The ball will be turned back over to Lamoille. Hogue has it with 23 seconds to go in the first quarter. He's going to get a screen from Hadley. Drives to his right. Looks inside, pass knocked away by the Danville defender. Nice anticipation for Palmieri, gets a steal here. Looks to drive in, he's gonna be fouled on his way to the basket. It'll be on the floor. A foul on number 22. Jackson Hogue, his first, second on Lamoille in the first half. Danville has the ball under the basket, 5.6 seconds to go in the first quarter. Palmieri to inbound to Fournier. Gets it over to Eldred. Throws up a three-pointer at the end of the quarter, a little short. Rebound pulled in by Daniel Molchu, and that is how we'll end the first quarter with Lamoille leading 17-2. Welcome back, basketball fans, as we start the second quarter. Some subs are in for Lamoille here. We have number 00, Kaysen Lang. Number 30, Colby Hall. Number 32, Mac Waterman. Number 44, Nate Levitt. And number 55, Ryan Germain. Palmieri has it for Danville to start the quarter. Gets it over to Eldred on the baseline. Palmieri cuts to the block, gets it back from his teammate, goes up with a spin shot. Off the rim, no good. Chamberlain pulls in the rebound, throws it up to start the scoring in the second quarter. Lamoille leads 17-4, 5:38 to go in the second quarter. This is Lang with the ball for Lamoille. Gets the screen from his teammate, he drives to the left into the lane. Gonna call him for a travel there. Eldred inbounds to Vincent Palmieri, who calls out the offense as he brings the ball across half court for Danville. Gets a screen from his teammate Sebastian. Looks to drive to the baseline on the left, picks up his dribble, swings it back to Sebastian. Looks to go right. We get a hand check called on number 00, Kaysen Lang, his first, Lamoille's third of the half. It'll be Danville's basketball on the side. Julian Chamberlain to inbound. Gets it into Sebastian Eldred. Sebastian at the top of the key. Looking for a teammate, finds Palmieri at the foul line. Almost loses balance. Regains it, gets it over to Julian Chamberlain. Eldred looks to go baseline, power dribbles into the lane. His layup is up and good. Danville draws a little closer, 17-6. Lamoille leads, and they call a quick timeout here. So with 4:52 to go in the second quarter, Lamoille leads Danville 17-6. Out of the timeout, it'll be Lamoille's basketball. Nate Levitt to inbound. Kason Lang will bring it up the floor for the Lancers. Ball's over to number 30, Colby Hall. He throws him a three-pointer off the backboard and rim, no good. Rebound down to Sebastian Eldred of Danville. Gets it across half court quickly. Over to Landon Fournier, to the corner to Matthew McDonald. Looks to drive baseline. Into Julian Chamberlain. Looks to make a power move. It's going to take one too many steps for a travel there. Ball will be back over to Lamoille. Kason Ling brings it up the floor for Lamoille. Gets it over to Mac Waterman. Guarded by Fournier. Brings it back to the right, back to Lang. Lang at the top of the key. Puts it on the floor, gets a screen from his teammate, looks to use it. Back to Waterman. Over to Levitt. Drives into the left. Picks up his dribble. Ball is going to be stolen away by Sebastian Eldred. Comes down the right-hand side. Swings it to Palmieri. Over to Eldred. To McDonald. Back to Vincent Palmieri. Inside to Eldred. Throws up a shot in the lane. It's not going to fall. A couple players crash to the floor. It'll be Kason Lang pulling down the ball and bringing it up the floor for Lamoille. Gets it over to number 30, Colby Hall. Picks up his dribble. Looking for a teammate. Finds one, number 32, Mac Waterman. Drives to the right-hand side, guarded by Landon Fournier. Falls back over to Kason Lang on the right-hand side. Hall has it again. Looks to drive into the right. Goes up for a shot. A little too strong. Rebound pulled down by Danville's Matthew McDonald. He's going to be fouled on the rebound. Foul on number 44, Nate Levitt, his first, the team's fourth. A few subs in here for Lamoille. Number 52, Jeremy Demers. Number 20, Isaac Schroeder checks back in. And number 22, Jackson Hogue back into the game for Lamoille. Looks like there was a little confusion on that foul there. It'll be Palmieri bringing the ball up the floor for Danville. Gets it across with 2:30 to go in the first half. McDonald looks to drive to the right, picks up his dribble, swings it back to Chamberlain outside the three-point line. Looks to get the ball into Eldred. Too much traffic there for Lamoille. They steal the ball. It'll be Lang bringing it up the floor, pulls it back out. Passes over to number 30, throws up a three-pointer off the backboard, no good for Hall. Rebound is tied up, two players fighting for it, and the possession arrow will stay here with Lamoille. Checking in for Lamoille's number 54, that's RJ Gates. And back in for Danville, number 2, Jackson Giroux. Inbound to Hogue. Power dribbles into the lane, throws up a turnaround shot. A little too strong. Rebound pulled down by Julian Chamberlain. Danville breaks down the right-hand side. Throws up a layup. Nice English on the ball. Rolls in for 2. Danville pulls a little closer. 17-8, 1:50 to go in the second quarter. Hogue brings it across the timeline for the Lancers. Guarded by McDonald. Between the legs, dribble twice to the left-hand side. Into the lane. A nice dish off to number 20. Shot off the backboard a little too strong for Schroeder. Offensive rebound pulled down by Hogue. And we get a foul called on number 51 of Danville, Matthew McDonald. His first, the team's second. From Lamoille to inbound. Schroeder to Hogue. Gets a screen from Demers. Ball's down to the corner baseline to Schroeder, back up to Hogue. Drives in left hand, back to Schroeder, into the lane, back to Hogue, pulls up just inside the three-point line. Nice offensive rebound from Demers. Gets it over to Schroeder, thought about the three, drives in instead, throws up a shot from the lane, partially blocked with a foul called. That will send Isaac Schroeder to the line for 2 shots for Lamoille. That foul is on Danville's number 51, Matthew McDonald, his second, the team's third. Isaac's first shot is up, nothing but net. Checking back in for Danville, number 14, Sebastian Eldred. Second shot is up, also good. Gonna get a sub coming in for Lamoille. This is number 45, Levi Cole. Lamoille holds a 19-8 lead, 1:05 to go in the second quarter. Sebastian brings the ball up the floor for Danville. Guarded by Demers, picks up his dribble, swings it to McDonald. Over to Chamberlain. From the outside, a shot just a little short. Rebound in the corner, held by 2 players. It's going to be a jump ball. The possession arrow will favor Danville. 46.9 seconds to go in the second quarter. McDonald's inbound on the baseline. Gets it into Chamberlain. Backs down into the lane. Left-handed shot, a little too strong. Nice rebound by Hall of Lamoille. Looks to get it across half court. 38 seconds to go in the first half. Hall looking to go coast to coast. Falls down with the ball. They're going to call a travel. .33 seconds to go in the second quarter. Danville's basketball. Palmieri's going to bring it up for Danville. It's guarded by Cole. Crossover dribble, goes to the right, gets a screen from Chamberlain, pulls up in the lane, off the backboard, no good. Ball tips around off 2 Danville players, pulled in by Giroux. Palmieri has it with 15 seconds to go. Chamberlain thought about the 3. Swings it over to McDonald, baseline jumper, a little long. Rebound to Giroux with 9 seconds to go in the half. Eldred has it. Gonna pull up for 3 at the buzzer, and it's in! 3-pointer for Sebastian Eldred as the horn sounds to draw Danville a little bit closer at the half. The score is Lamoille 19, Danville 11. Welcome back, basketball fans, to the second half of the second game of our triple header between the Lamoille 7th grade boys and the Danville 7th grade boys. Lamoille holds a 19-11 lead going into the second half. It'll be Lamoille's basketball to open the third quarter. Looks like both teams have their starting five back on the floor. Jackson Hogue will inbound for Lamoille. It'll be River Hadley to set up the offense as we kick off the second half of basketball. Hadley looks inside to number 20, Isaac Schroeder. We'll have a quick foul called on number 51, Matthew McDonald, his third, Danville's first of the half. Schroeder to inbound, he gets it to Hogue, over to Hadley. Drives the left side, cut off by Palmieri, pulls up for three. A little bit short, rebound to Julian Chamber, and he outlets to Sebastian Eldred. Looking to go in for a right-handed layup contested. He's fouled on the way to the basket, he'll get 2 shots. Last foul was on Lamoille's number 20. Isaac Schroeder, his first, team's first of the half. First foul shot for Sebastian, a little bit short. He'll get one more. Second shot up, good. Danville draws to within 7, 19-12, Lamoille leads. Jackson Hogue brings it up the floor for the Lancers. Gets a screen and uses it to the left, but it's going to be called an illegal screen. That screen was set by number 15, River Hadley. That'll be his second foul, second of the half for Lamoille. Lancers are going to go back to the press that was so effective in the first half. We'll see if Danville has an answer for it. Chamberlain has it across half court, over to Fournier, off the backboard and in. We have a 5-point game. Lamoille leads 19-14. 5:15 to go in the third quarter. Hogue brings it across half court for Lamoille. Gets a screen. Drives to the right. His right-handed shot up a little strong. Offensive rebound for number 13, Daniel Malchu. No good on his putback attempt. River Hadley has it on the right-hand side. Guarded by Palmieri. Swings it over to Hogue. Looks to make a move. And he called for 5 seconds, being closely guarded by a Danville defender. Ball's back over to Danville. Matt McDonald to inbound. Gets it into Palmieri. Palmieri over to Eldred. And he's going to be fouled by number 20, Isaac Schroeder. That was Schroeder's second foul. Third of the half on Lamoille. Eldred gets it across to Chamberlain. Dumps it over to Fournier on the baseline. Pulls up for short jumper, a little long. Rebound to Hadley of Lamoille. Gets it across half court for the Lancers. Looking to go to work on Palmieri. Gets a screen from his teammate Schroeder into the lane. Picks up his dribble. Ball knocked away. Loose ball picked up by Chamberlain. Throws it up floor to Eldred. Right-handed layup. Too strong. Rebound to Mochu of Lamoille. Gets it to Hogue. Drives on the right-hand side. His layup is in. Nice fast break transition basket there for Lamoille to get on the board in the second half. 21-14, the Lancers lead. Palmieri gets it over to Chamberlain. He's looking for McDonald. He had to open the ball. Is intercepted by Hogue. He drives down the right. A pass to his teammate. Nice give and go. Oh, unlucky on the rebound. Looked like we had an injury timeout there, substitution into the game for Danville's number 2, Jackson Giroux. Palmieri's pass cross court picked off. Little give and go from Lamoille. Number 20 shot up, no good. Offensive rebound to Hadley. His shot is up and in. Lamoille extends their lead to 23-14. McDonald gets it into Giroux. Throws it long to Landon Fournier, a little too long. The ball's going to go out of bounds, turn back over to Lamoille. We're going to have a timeout called by Danville, a 30-second timeout. With 3:28 to go in the third quarter, Lamoille leads 23-14. Coming back out of the timeout, it'll be Lamoille's basketball. River Hadley to bring it up the floor for Lamoille. Over to Jackson Hogue. Isaac Schroeder with it now. Picks up his dribble, looks for his teammate. A little miscommunication stolen by Jackson Giroux of Danville. Oh. Ball bounces wildly, but knocked out of bounds by a Lamoille defender. It'll stay here with Danville. Checking in for the Lancers, number 00, Kaysen Lang, and number 30, Colby Hall. Eldred has it. Over to Palmieri, throws up a three-pointer off the backboard, a little too strong. Lang right into the game and grabs a rebound. He's going to bring the ball up the floor for Lamoille. Gets a screen from his teammate Stridesburg. Little give and go action for the Lancers. Stridesburg has it. Looks to drive to the right-hand side. Pulls up for three. Swish! 26-14, Lamoille leads. Giroux has it for Danville. Little pump fake, gets it across half court. Over to Fournier in the corner, drives into the lane. Ball knocked away. Regathers it, gets it up to Sebastian Eldred at the top of the key. Vincent Palmieri has it now for Danville, looking to set up the offense. He's got it at the top of the key. Over to Matthew McDonald on the left-hand side. Looks to drive into the lane. Pass to Sebastian Eldred. Throws up a layup. No good. Rebound to Landon Fournier. Jackson Giroux from inside the lane. Rebound pulled down by number 13, Daniel Mochu of Lamoille. Kaysen Lang brings it up the floor. Over to River Hadley. He'll set up the offense. Dumps it to his teammate Stridesburg. Grayson has it on the left-hand side. Back to Lang. Over to Hadley. Dumps it inside. A little size mismatch. Thought about another three. Passes it inside instead. Nice cut from Lang into the lane. Throws up the layup. Off the glass and in. A nifty move by number 00, Kaysen Lang, for 2 points for Lamoille. 28-14. Lancers lead. 1:20 to go in the third quarter. Palmieri gets it across half court. McDonald spins to the lane, off the backboard and in for Danville, who responds. 28-16, Lamoille leads. River Hadley will bring it up the floor for Lamoille at 1:05 to go in the third quarter. Passes to the far side corner, Stridesburg with it, crosses over, guarded by Giroux. Stridesburg gets into the lane, kicks it over to Hadley, pulls up for three. That one's going to be long. Ball tipped around, on the line, going to be out of bounds, back to Danville. We have number 55, Ryan Germain, checking back in for Lamoille. And 2 subs for Danville. Number 31 back into the game is Julian Chamberlain, and number 52, Sias Downer, into the game for Danville. Eldred gets it into Giroux. Cross court to Chamberlain. Kicks it to Downer in the corner. Throws it back to Chamberlain, over to Eldred. 40 seconds to go in the third. Eldred gets a screen, throws up a one-footed shot. Rebound corralled by Lamoille. It'll be Hadley bringing the ball up the floor for the Lancers. Nice pass inside to Hull, goes up for two. No good, rebound to Chamberlain. Eldred runs the floor for Danville. Goes up for the right-handed layup. Too strong. Nice defense getting back from Hadley. Gets it over to Lang. 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Lamoille is going to hold for one shot. Lang crosses over into the lane. Right-handed layup. Oh, bounces around and out. Rebound pulled down by Eldred. He's going to hold it to the end of the quarter. The third quarter will end with the score Lamoille 28, Danville 16. We'll be back in just a moment with the fourth quarter. Welcome back, basketball fans. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll be Danville basketball. Lamoille holds a 28-16 lead. In the game for Lamoille right now, number 00, Kason Lang, number 55, Ryan Germain, 22, Jackson Hogue, 32, Mac Waterman, and number 30, Colby Hall. We'll have a blocking foul to start the fourth quarter, as that was Danville's Vincent Palmieri looking to get to the basket. In the game for Danville right now, Sebastian Eldred, 14, 2 Jackson Giroux, 31 Julian Chamberlain, who has the ball, 52 Silas Downer, who was looking to shoot, thought twice about it, pulled it down, and he's going to be called for a travel. Hogue to bring the ball up the floor for the Lancers. Number 55 throws up a three-pointer, no good, rebound in, pulled down by number 00 Lang. A nice crossover to the basket, lay-in is good, 30-16 Lamoille. Danville able to break the press this time. Palmieri into the lane, his layup is a little bit short. Rebound pulled in by Julian Chamberlain of Danville. He gets it over to Eldred at the top of the key, back to Palmieri. Looks to set up the offense, calls for a screen, dump into Chamberlain, number 31. Up and under with the left hand, or right hand, no good. Foul is gonna be called on the rebound there. Oh, got started a little soon there, so ref needed to call the foul before the ball came in. The last foul went on number 31, Julian Chamberlain, his first, Danville's second of the half. Now it'll be Jackson Hogue bringing the ball up the floor for Lamoille. Gets a screen from Germain. Now kicks it over to Germain. Looks to cross over on Giroux. He's able to hold on to the ball long enough to get a jump ball. The possession arrow favors Lamoille, so it'll stay here. And checking back in for Danville is number 34, Landon Fournier. Jackson Hogue to inbound for Lamoille. Gets it into number 55, Ryan Germain, whose layup is in and out. Rebound went down to Vinny Palmieri, but ball kicked off his hands, out of bounds, back to Lamoille. Ball is inbounded, kicks around, but it looks like the Lamoille player was out of bounds when he touched it, so this ball will be turned back over to Danville. Lamoille looking to set up their press. Danville sets up their press breaker. Palmieri has it. Throws it up to Chamberlain. Ball bounces around, stolen away by Lang. Swings it over to Waterman. Three-pointer short. Nice save from number 55, Germain. But it's going to kick out of bounds on the sideline over to Danville. Palmieri inbounds to Eldred. Looks to throw it up court. Ball stolen away by Germain over to Lang. He's got it on the left-hand side. Back to Germain. Top of the key. Throws it over to Hogue. Waterman with it. Back to Germain. Back to Lang. Hogue pulls up for three on the right-hand side. Front rim, no good. Ball tipped around on the rebound. It's going to be last touch by Lamoille. Back over to Danville. Checking in for Lamoille's number 52, Jeremy Demers. Chamberlain gets it up to Fournier. His layup off the backboard, no good. Ball out of bounds. Last touched by Lamoille. Checking back in, number 13, Daniel Malchu. Sebastian has it for Danville. Pass a little too strong for Landon. Over to Julian. Drives in, right hand. Too strong. Rebound saved by Lang of Lamoille. Gets it over to his teammates. Going to bring it up the floor. Daniel finds his point guard. Kaysen has it right now. Pulls it back out to set up the offense. Swings it over to Jeremy. Right back to Kaysen Lang. Guarded by Sebastian of Danville. Jackson Hogue with it. Back to Demers. Picked up his pivot, but that's going to be a travel. Matthew McDonald and Sias Downer will check back in for Danville. Pass picked off by number 22, Jackson Hogue of Lamoille. His shot's going to go off the side iron. That is holding the basket up. It's going to go back over to Danville. Palmieri inbounds to Fournier. Over to McDonald. Tries to get it across half court to Chamberlain. Ball is loose. Chamberlain regathers. Looks to go in for the layup. He's blocked by number 13. They're going to call a tie-up on the block there. And checking back in for Lamoille, number 54, RJ Gates. Ball dumped into Chamberlain. He's going to go up. This time he's fouled on the way to the basket. He's going to get two shots here. Julian's first shot is up and in. Jackson Giroux is going to check back in for Danville. That last foul went on number 55, Ryan Germain of Lamoille. One more shot for Chamberlain. His shot is in. Lamoille leads 30-18, 2:42 to go in the fourth quarter. Jackson Hogue brings it up the floor for Lamoille. He finds Demers on the near side, throws up a three, just a little bit short. Downer with the rebound. This pass is stolen by Hogue. His two-pointer's up and in. Lamoille extends their lead to 32-18, 2:25 to go in the fourth quarter. You get a timeout. One of the players' masks fell off. He's got it back on now. It'll be Danville's basketball under the basket. Jackson Giroux looking to break the press, gets it up to Julian Chamberlain. His cross-court pass gets through to Matthew McDonald. His layup is up a little too strong. Rebound pulled down by Jackson Hogue. He's going to look to push the ball up the floor for Lamoille. Finds his teammate Jeremy underneath the basket. Oh, picked up his pivot foot. He'll be called for a travel there. Jackson Giroux throws the ball up the floor. It's loose. It's gonna be... We're gonna have a timeout called here. Looks like one of the Danville players may have hit his head on the floor. So the ball should stay with Lamoille. All right, Lamoille gets the ball into Jackson Hogue, number 22. Ball's over to Ryan Germain in the corner. Swings it over to RJ Gates. Finds Demers, back to Hogue. Inside to Jeremy. Demers looks a crossover, picked up his dribble. And he picked up his pivot foot. That'll be a travel back over to Danville. Two more subs checking in for Lamoille here. It's number 45, Levi Cole, and number 44, Nate Levitt. Also back into the game, number 15, River Hadley. Palmieri inbounds to Giroux, and then he gets it back. He's going to bring it across half court for Danville. Drives to the basket. His layup is up and in. Got the basket and the foul. Palmieri will look to complete the three-point play. Last Lamoille foul went on number 45, Levi Cole. One shot for Palmieri. Shot is short. Lamoille holds a 32-20 lead, 1:23 to go in the game. River Hadley brings it up the floor for Lamoille. Gets a screen from his teammate, drives to the basket, right-handed scoop shot, no good. Offensive rebound to Lamoille. Rebound was pulled down by Julian Chamberlain. Rest whistle blew it. I don't know if many of the players heard it though. We're gonna have a foul called here. So it'll be Danville's Julian Chamberlain to the line. The 7th team foul on Lamoille will give Julian a 1-and-1 opportunity here. Shot is up and in. He'll get one more. Lamoille leads 32-21. 1:08 to go in the fourth. Chamberlain's second is off the side iron. Rebound pulled down by Daniel Molchu of Lamoille. Hadley looks to pass it off the floor to his teammate. Ball stolen away by Silas Downer. Over to Vinny Palmieri. Back to Downer. Over to Chamberlain. Looks to drive right. Dumps it into Giroux. A little too tall. Ball is back over to Lamoille with 52 seconds to go in the game. River Hadley will bring it up the floor for Lamoille. He passes over to number 45, Levi Cole. Ball kicks around, it's stolen away eventually, and then stolen back by Lamoille. Ball was over to Hadley, kicked off his knee, out of bounds, back to Danville. Chamberlain inbounds to Palmieri, 33 seconds to go in the game. Giroux looked for the three, gives it to Fournier. Kicks it over number 52, Silas Downer. His shot from the baseline, just short. Nice rebound pulled in by Levi Cole of Lamoille. He gets it over to Nate Levitt, who's going to bring it up the floor for the Lancers. Down the left-hand side, kicks it out to his teammate, number 54. His shot is long. Offensive rebound pulled in by Daniel Molchu. Puts it back up for two. Lamoille leads 34-21. 5 seconds to go in the game. Paul Mary's going to pull up for a long three at the buzzer, a little bit short. And that'll end our first of 2 games between the boys middle school teams. Lamoille comes out on top 34-21. We'll be back in a few minutes with the 8th grade middle school boys basketball game.